Good evening and welcome to Brandon Stadium for more Elite League action as the Coventry BUILDBASE Bees take on the Belle Vue Aces. These two famous sides lock horns once again after a fabulous meeting at Kirky Lane on Monday. The Bees' number one Hans Andersen returning to form with a paid 12 score as the Bees took the Aces to a last heat decider and to secure a draw on the night, but only after a sensational ride from skipper Chris Harris to secure two more away league points. It was, however, a difficult evening for Jason Garrity, and he'll be looking to bounce back here this evening alongside his reserve partner for the night, Lewis Rose, who replaces the still sidelined James Sargent. For the Aces, they're led of course by the enigmatic Slovenian Mati Zagar, as they look to put in a more spirited performance than at Leicester last weekend. But with Australian Max Frick already on his way to Italy for a World Championship qualifier, fellow Aussie Aaron Summers steps into his shoes this evening as the Aces continue to push for an end-of-season playoff berth. So with the riders on parade, let's take a look at the two team lineups. For the Bees at number 1 it's Hans Andersen, Stuart Robson goes at number 2, it's Jonas Kaimakorpi at 3 with Danny King at number 4. Skipper Chris Harris rides at 5, 2 reserves for the Bees, Jason Garrity at 6 and Lewis Rose guests at number 7. For the Aces, they're led at number 1 by Mati Zagar, Aaron Summers guests at number 2, it's rider replacement at 3 with the late arriving Josh Grajonek at number 4. Their captain Scott Nichols goes at 5, 2 reserves for the Aces, Steve Worrell at 6 and Stefan Nielsen at number 7. So looking forward to a great meeting here at Brandon in front of a healthy crowd. Without any further delay, let's get on with the action and join your commentator, Dave Rowe.
Well, we actually have a really pleasant evening for this fixture here tonight. It's been overcast all day, mainly dry, but now the sun has broken through and we have pretty much perfect conditions for tonight's meeting. Not too cold, not too hot, and should be an interesting contest. Coventry top of the table, Belle Vue 4th. Belle Vue have shown their strength away from home in recent weeks with that win at Swindon last Thursday. They've won at Lakeside as well, and they had a draw at Poole. Vulnerable at home whenever Coventry are in town, of course, as the Bees showed on Monday when they got a draw in what was a terrific fixture, and be interesting to see what happens tonight. Aaron Summers guesting for Max Frick goes in yellow and black off the inside here in Heat 1 for the Aces. Stuart Robson in blue off gate 2 for the Bees. Mati Zagar in white off gate 3 for the Aces, and Hans Andersen, who scored well at Belle Vue on Monday, in red off the outside. Zagar, absolute key to the fixture here tonight. He gets a rider replacement ride for Craig Cook, therefore he gets 6 rides, and it depends what Zagar has turned up tonight, I think, as to the way this meeting could go. Someone popping and banging at the start line, it's hard to tell who that is, but off the inside is Summers. Gate 2 Robson, gate 3 Zagar, gate 4 Andersen, away they go, and Zagar gets to the bend in front of Andersen. Good start too by Aaron Summers, and Zagar takes Andersen really wide. Robson comes switching through on the inside, and so it's Summers in front of Robson with Zagar third, Andersen out the back. So dramatic stuff in the opening race, and now Zagar trying to turn inside Stuart Robson as they start the second lap, and he's done so in Belle Vue 1 and 2 here. It's Summers from Zagar, it's Robson being passed now by Hans Andersen into the third bend for the first time, and a perfect start for the Aces. Summers dropped off the inside of treat, and Zagar dispatched Andersen from the outside, and that's going to give Belle Vue the perfect start. We saw Leicester turn up here last week and score a 5-1 in the opening race, and Belle Vue looks set to do exactly the same here tonight. It was really made by Zagar taking Andersen wide, left him really nowhere to go on turn 2. Robson briefly held second, but that was not enough for the Bees because Zagar came through on the inside going into lap number 2, and it's a perfect start for Belle Vue with a good recent away record apart from a bad night at Leicester last weekend, and they take maximum points in the opening race, and a good guest booking in Aaron Summers coming in to win Heat 1. He has been riding well for Glasgow so far this season, and of course made several guest bookings for Coventry last year as well. And Summers and Zagar take maximum points from the opening race and gives them an early advantage here at Brandon for the second week running. Coventry concede maximum points in the opening race. Summers then from Zagar with Andersen third, and it's Coventry 1, Belle Vue 5. Heat 2 then, Jason Garrity rides in red, Lewis Rose in blue, guesting for James Sargent, who is here tonight but not quite fit to resume, hoping to ride at Wolverhampton on Monday, James Sargent. So Lewis Rose of Swindon coming in. Not hard, not easy to get Tier 2 guests of a relative high level, but at least he's a regular Elite League rider. It's Steve Worrell riding in white, who we've seen make fast starts around here before and win races. And it's Stefan Nielsen going in yellow and black on a reasonable run of form himself. It did appear that he appeared to blow a machine on parade here tonight. So I know that's definitely his second bike that they've had to swiftly warm up. And it'll be interesting to see now whether he can cope with that. But good to see Stefan Nielsen in the World Under-21 final, which will be over 3 rounds in the next few weeks. And of course, very much a Coventry asset as well. So good to see his success, but the Bees will be hoping that doesn't have too much success here tonight. Garrity on the inside then. Worrell gate 2, Rose gate 3, and a short hold by referee Chris Turner. A flying start by Steve Worrell. Gets a nudge by Garrity on turn 1. Good start by Rose to get the better of Stefan Nielsen, and Garrity goes barrelling in through on the inside. He gets the advantage. It's Worrell in second place. Good ride by Rose to hold third. Garrity locking up off turn 4. Worrell trying to go back around him. In fact, Garrity has left him nice room there for Lewis Rose to come through. It's a fine ride by Jason Garrity, and Rose comes through to second place with Worrell dropping back to third, and Nielsen at the back. That's gone wrong for Belle Vue, because Worrell made a great start off gate 2, but Garrity playing the team game, taking Steve Worrell wide, allowing Lewis Rose to come through with him. Very encouraging ride here by the Coventry guest, and could it be yet again that Coventry Reserves get them out of jail in Heat 2 after conceding a 5-1 in the opener? It's Garrity in front again, looking over his shoulder to see where Lewis Rose is. Steve Worrell in third, Stefan Nielsen at the back, and that looked quite unpromising for the Bees on turns 1 and 2, with Garrity outgated by Worrell, but he rode a superb ride there to not only get through to the front himself, but also get Lewis Rose home as well. It's Garrity and Lewis Rose with the 5-1 over Stevie Worrell and Stefan Nielsen. Terrific 5-1 for the Bees there in Heat 2 to level the scores, and fair play again to Garrity, who took Worrell wide, not just on turn 1 to get himself through, but also made sure that Worrell was too wide on bends 3 and 4 as well, and Lewis Rose held the inside and shot through. And yet again, the Bees come up trumps with their guests. Josh Bates last Friday, Paul Stark on Monday, and now Lewis Rose in Heat 2, along with Jason Garrity, and the Bees are back on terms. Garrity and Rose over Worrell and Nielsen, and it's 6 points apiece. One of the questions about tonight was always going to be, where would Belle Vue put Matty Zagar in on the rider replacement ride? He gets one of the rides for Craig Cook, whereas Scott Nicholls does not, because Scott Nicholls is the Belle Vue number 1 by average. And the question was going to be, would they leave Zagar till the end of the meeting, when it's ride Heat 14, and therefore give him 13, 14 and 15, or would they do him early? And the answer is they're doing him early in Heat 3, along with Scott Nicholls, up against Eunice Kilmacorpy and Chris Harris. So fair play to Mark Lemon, making an attacking move, sending out an attacking pairing against a strong Coventry pairing as well. He may have had his hand slightly forced by the fact that Josh Grzonek was a late arrival here tonight after trouble on the motorway, and he's had a bit of a panic to get himself changed and warmed up in time for the meeting. Whether he was in line to ride here, I don't know, or whether this was always part of the plan. But Zagar going in white here off the gate 3, where of course he made the start in Heat 1, or certainly made it well enough to dispatch Hans Andersen on the first 2 turns. So he'll be hoping for a similar gate from Scott Nicholls to what Aaron Summers provided, and see if Belle Vue can put themselves back in front. Nicholls in yellow and black off the inside for the Aces. Harris in blue off gate 2. It's Zagar in white off gate 3, and Kilmacorpy goes in red off the outside, waiting for Scott Nicholls to come into line here on the inside, whilst meanwhile the 2 on the outside are burning clutches and whatever as they wait for Nicholls to come in. He does so now. So Nicholls, Harris, Zagar and Kilmacorpy for Heat 3. Green lights on and away they go, and Harris is outgated by Zagar, but in fact Nicholls misses the gate completely from the inside, and it's Zagar out front. Harris in second place. Kilmacorpy went wide but still goes round Nicholls into bend 3, and we have a shared heat situation, although Kilmacorpy going colossally wide on the bend and is caught by Nicholls, exactly how he was when the 2 sides met earlier in the campaign. Kilmacorpy back inside Scott Nicholls. Good race here for third place, and now Nicholls trying to go back around Kilmacorpy, edged out low by the fin, and we have a shared heat. Zagar looking ominous here tonight. You never know what Matty Zagar will turn up, but it looks like the fast one has turned up tonight. It's Zagar from Nicholls. Kilmacorpy in third. Nicholls with speed around the outside trying to regain ground. I think Scott will be frustrated there because he pounced on the mistake by Kilmacorpy early in the race when he came through on the inside, but he was done back by Kilmacorpy into lap 2, and Coventry will be happy enough with the shared heat here if they get this against the strongest Belle Vue pairing. Zagar a mile clear. As I say, looking ominous here. He looks so fast and can have 6 rides and will have 6 rides tonight, but the Bees happy enough to run second and third with Harris and Kilmacorpy over Scott Nicholls, and we have a shared heat in race number 3. Zagar made a terrific start there, but his teammate Scott Nicholls did not. Nicholls managed to go inside Kilmacorpy when Kilmacorpy made a mistake on turn 3, but Kilmacorpy, credit to him, he switched back on the off bend 4 to get back down the inside of Scott Nicholls and then maintained that third place. So Zagar, an emphatic winner of heat number 4 and looking very much like the real Zagar has turned up tonight, but the Bees second and third through Harris and Kilmacorpy, and it's now 9 points apiece. Heat 4 then, first ride of the meeting for Danny King. He rides in red for the Bees, partnered by Lewis Rose in blue off the inside. Josh Grzonek goes in white, as I mentioned, a slightly later, well, a very late arrival. Got here about 7:25 after trouble on the M6. He is in white off the outside, and Stefan Nielsen goes in yellow and black. And Grzonek's got certainly a record round here, particularly last year. Really impressive. Remember, he guested for Birmingham and had a couple of wins before he smashed up on the third bend, an incident that wasn't caused by him. And then he turned up later in the season as well and had good rides for Poole. So it was a fairly logical move by Belle Vue to bring Grzonek in when Simon Stead was ruled out, unfortunately, for the season, it would appear. And Grzonek had done a short-term spell with Poole to replace Davey Watt and then became available once again. So Rose off the inside, Nielsen gate 2, King gate 3, and Grzonek off the outside. Green lights on them for 4 and away they go, and Danny King makes the start from 3, and a good one too by Lewis Rose, who is a very sharp starter, and he may once again have the better of Stefan Nielsen here. Lifts on the back straight, Grzonek tries to go round King into the third bend. He's got plenty of pace, but Danny King has the advantage here for the Bees over Grzonek. Rose in third over Nielsen, good race on at the front, and Grzonek's inside King into lap 2. A good ride there by Grzonek. King trying to go back about him. What a terrific race, and Grzonek has the advantage over Danny King with Lewis Rose in third place over Stefan Nielsen. He is a very good rider, Josh Grzonek, and he's done well there to get the better of Danny King with a smart move off the fourth bend. Grzonek then has the fast line around 1 and 2. Going to be a third Belle Vue winner of the meeting. Lewis Rose holds the third place over Stefan Nielsen, but Grzonek still has it from King. King pegs the inside line. Grzonek wide into the last lap. He has the advantage. King in second. Race on for third with Stefan Nielsen giving it his all, trying to go round Lewis Rose. Nielsen's got plenty of pace here. Rose blocking him out into bends 3 and 4 for the final time. It's a win for Grzonek. It's second place for Danny King. Still a race on for third, and the race for third goes the way once again of Coventry with Lewis Rose beating Stefan Nielsen. But a good ride by Grzonek to give Belle Vue their third win in 4 races so far tonight. Very similar to the meeting against Leicester here last week, in that the away side certainly having heat wins early on, and you do tend to expect good rides from Grzonek around Brandon, and that's encouraging for the Aces that they've got Grzonek and Summers, who will take extra rides for Craig Cook tonight. They are in race-winning form early in the meeting. Grzonek over Danny King then, third place to Lewis Rose. 4 heats gone all square, 12 apiece. So, honours even after 4 races, but Belle Vue have had 3 of the winners so far, and one of them racing here in Heat 5. Aaron Summers guesting for Max Frick, who is driving out to Italy for his GP qualifier. Chris Harris in the same meeting tomorrow, but of course Chris has got equipment out there, and he will be flying tomorrow morning, but Max Frick on the way out today. So Aaron Summers coming in, which always looked a fairly smart guest booking as far as Belle Vue were concerned, and Aaron Summers riding in white here with Steve Worrell going off the outside in yellow and black. And for the Bees, Stuart Robson goes in red and Jason Garrity goes in blue. Bees currently 2 points clear of Poole at the top of the Elite League, though they have ridden more matches, and they'll carry on riding more matches, it would appear. Poole also raced on Monday, as do the Bees. The Bees cramming their matches in, getting points on the board, and they'll be happy enough with 3 more tonight, whatever the final score. But it's going to be a tough one. Away they go, look like a jump there by Summers, but in fact it's Garrity who gets to the bend in front, and Robson goes down actually behind Summers. I'm not totally convinced that wasn't an unsatisfactory start to begin with. The red lights have come on from referee Chris Durno, and I think there's some damage to the back of Aaron Summers' machine as well as to the front of Stuart Robson's for that rather messy first bend. Garrity had made the start, but it was Summers and Robson at very close quarters going into the turn. Stuart Robson walking his way back in, Aaron Summers has definitely done some damage to his bike, and the referee has put all 4 riders back in. For me, it looked unsatisfactory even before as they left the start line. Everyone's okay, but there's definitely been some damage to the machine of Summers as well as the machine of Robson, who was the man who actually came down there. So I reached out with all 4 in Heat 5. So we've had a delay for bike repairs for both Stuart Robson and Aaron Summers after that first bent angle. Pretty clear from the replay that the race, I think the referee would have stopped anyway because of the fact that Summers had jumped off gate 2 and he was just waiting to see, I think, what the race situation was. Well, of course, Garrity got himself in front, but it was definitely Summers with the little edge at the start, and then Robson into the back of Summers on the first turn. So all 4 back once again, and it's Robson in red off the inside for the Bees, Summers in white off gate 2 for Belle Vue, Garrity in blue off gate 3 for the Bees, and Steve Worrell goes in yellow and black off the outside. He's actually been doing some work on his bike as well in the pits. Wasn't involved in the incident, but was rather late onto the track for this restart. Unusual to see Worrell pass like he was in Heat 2. So let's see what happens in Heat 5. Scores level 12 points apiece. Here we go, green light comes on, and more of edgy at the start, and where they go this time, it's Summers that gets it. Garrity missed it completely as Worrell goes around the outside. Robson needs to go inside Worrell here, or Belle Vue will be on 1 and 2 as they are right now. It's Summers and Worrell up ahead of Robson in third with Garrity at the back, and whatever Worrell was changing the pit certainly has worked well. Garrity that time made a shocking start from gate 3. Normally seeing makes such good starts, and now the Bees need Robson to regain ground here on Worrell, who's mid-track into bend 3 with Robson around the outside. Garrity flinging it into the inside, and Robson going round Worrell, who's defensive off turn 4. Summers looks over his shoulder. It's still Worrell second, but Robson going round Worrell and taking second, and Garrity will now try and follow him through. And Robson, if he winds the outside up, might get him to Aaron Summers as well here. And now Garrity trying to come back in at Worrell. Good action in 5 as Robson's now switched for the inside on Summers, and Garrity is blasting round Worrell for the 3rd place. Great stuff in this one, and Belle Vue still hold their 40 for now as Robson tries to park Worrell on the inside. Garrity steep round the outside, and Garrity gets inside 1. Can he hold that corner? He can just about. Summers wins it. Second place is Stuart Robson, and the 3rd spot Jason Garrity. What an incredible turn by Garrity on lap 4 round the outside of Steve Worrell, and then somehow managed to control the bike on the inside when I think there could have been absolute carnage if he got into Stuart Robson, and somehow he managed to control that. It's 2 wins out of 2 for Aaron Summers, proving to be a very astute guest for Belle Vue tonight. He has 6 out of 6, but the Bees have battled their way through to 2nd and 3rd past Steve Worrell. Summers wins it, 2nd Robson, 3rd Garrity, and it's all square 15 points apiece. Belle Vue certainly aren't going to have any concerns about 2 of their rider replacement outings to come, which go to one goes to Summers and 1 goes to Grzonek. They will have to give an extra ride to a reserve as well tonight, and their reserves are yet to beat a Coventry rider. That will be disappointing for Steve Worrell that twice tonight he's been overtaken when in a useful situation. But this is a crunch here in Heat 6 with Matti Zagar in white off the inside with unbeaten so far 5 paid 6. Jonas Kilmacorpy in red off gate 2 for the Bees. Scott Nichols didn't score in his first ride, goes in yellow and black off gate 3, and it's Danny King going in blue off the outside. Certainly Zagar has been the fastest rider by a distance here, bearing in mind he clocked 59.7 in his winning ride in Heat 3. Of course, his first ride he was riding shotgun to Aaron Summers, so Zagar, as things stand, the quickest rider out here, but the Bees will hope that whenever it's preventing them from winning races. Now, what's going on with Zagar at the moment? He's parked his bike in the middle of the track. What on earth is going on? He's now coming into line on the inside. Well, what that was about, I really don't know, but he's on the inside now. There's no particular messing around outside him, with Kilmacorpy, Nichols and King all there or thereabouts, and the enigmatic Matti Zagar has now plonked himself on gate 1, and now he's going to have a row with the starting marshal and look at the referee for guidance. He's now coming into gate 1, and that where he is there is okay, but now he's pulled back once again. So eventually Zagar, who did this trick at Swindon a couple of weeks ago and then completely missed the start. Zagar off the inside, Kilmacorpy off gate 2, Nichols gate 3, and King off the outside. Away they go then with Heat 6, and great start by Danny King. King gets the advantage from the outside over Zagar, with Kilmacorpy once again battling with Nichols, who goes round him into the 3rd bend, and it's Danny King out front of Matty Zagar, and Kilmacorpy will be trying to repass Scott Nichols once more. So can Danny King become the first man to beat Matty Zagar? Zagar couldn't make it off the inside, but he will have plenty of speed as he tries to reel in King, but King we know is very fast out front here at Coventry, and he leads from Zagar. King taking it really wide off bends 3 and 4. It's Zagar second, Nichols third, Kilmacorpy out the back to keep the scores level, unless Matty Zagar can turn the power on and get to Danny King from there. But so far the Coventry man, who will go back to heat leader next month, holds the advantage and riding safely, securely, and leads it from both Zagar and Nichols. And a reasonable result in the Coventry if they can get the 3-3 against the Aces' strongest pairing. Nichols has the third over Kilmacorpy, it would appear, but Danny King, after a blistering start from the outside, will take the flag in heat number 6. It's King over Zagar with Nichols third and Kilmacorpy out the back. 3 apiece again in heat 6. It's the 4th successive shared race after we'd seen that trading of 5-1s early on, and Danny King becomes the first rider to beat Matty Zagar around Brandon tonight. Certainly the first home rider anyway, as King wins it from Zagar. Nichols in 3rd place, and with 6 heats gone, it's Coventry 18, Belle Vue 18. So this is the race where Belle Vue send out a reserve. It's Steve Worrell riding in white as the rider replacement for Craig Cook. It's a factor of signing Craig Cook that whenever you have an away match on a Friday, which tends to be when you visit either Coventry or Lakeside, you ain't going to have Craig Cook because of his riding for Edinburgh. Craig Cook finishing second in the British final once again. Should have won it, deserves to win it on the first running of the final, but gets the wild card for Cardiff. But unfortunately, being a Premier League regular, that takes priority. Having said that, they are fortunate, Belle Vue, that Josh Grzonek is available tonight, because of the fact that most unusually there is no Somerset home meeting this evening. So that is a bonus for them. Coventry, of course, haven't had those concerns this year, with all their riders having priority as far as the Bees are concerned in the Elite League. But let's see what Grzonek can do now up against the Coventry top 2 of Anderson and Harris, who are both back to form at Belle Vue on Monday. Worrell off the inside, Anderson at gate 2, Grzonek gate 3, Harris off the outside. Scores are still level, 18 points apiece. Green line then for 7, away they go, and it's Grzonek flying out the start, and Worrell's made a good one as well. Grzonek trying to take Harris one, he's done so. Worrell's gone through as well, and would you believe it, it's a 5-1 situation here to the Aces, and Grzonek checking off and clear. Now Harris will try and go round Worrell off the 4th bend. Worrell still riding in behind in 2nd place, but that's absolutely crucial. Worrell made the gate, Grzonek taking Harris wide. Anderson will again get nowhere, and Harris has now managed to get past 1, and now Harris certainly on the chase after Josh Grzonek here. It's Grzonek out in front of Harris. It's Worrell in 3rd over Anderson. Anderson needs to go for the outside here on Worrell. Harris switching for the inside on Grzonek. Grzonek out front, Harris in 2nd. Anderson going inside Worrell for the 3rd. Worrell again comes down. Anderson's gone wrong on the 3rd bend. Mechanical Moores is after for Anderson, but a big race on the front here with Grzonek just in front of Chris Harris, who tries to go around the outside, and now can he turn back? It's Grzonek and Harris wheel to wheel at the back straight of the final. Harris down the inside of Grzonek. Fantastic ride by Chris Harris. Grzonek keeps it well around the outside. Brilliant ride by Harris. Superb ride by Chris Harris to win heat 7. What a ride by Harris to beat Grzonek after being stuffed on the first 2 turns. He got past Steve Worrell first, and then he took colossal speed and dived inside Grzonek on turns 3 and 4. Ran him out to the fence. Fantastic race, fantastic ride. Chris Bomber Harris wins heat 7 for Coventry. Another shared heat with Anderson striking trouble, but a standing ovation for Chris Harris with one of the rides with the season so far at Coventry, coming from nowhere and finding the victory over Grzonek and Worrell. Still a good one for Belle Vue. They'll be happy with the shared heat from that, but with 7 heats gone, it's 21 points apiece.
And a cracking heat there, heat number 7. The winning move for Chris Harris. His winning time was 16.7 seconds. 16.7. Second in yellow was Josh Grzonek.
Well, an excellent meeting so far. These two sides proving as evenly matched as they were on Monday in Manchester, when they both took turns at being 4 points in front before it all ended up all square in heat 15 when Harris passed Zagar on the 2nd lap to win that one for the Bees and draw the meeting, take 2 points to Belle Vue's 1. Belle Vue certainly responding here tonight, as we always thought they would, and certainly very much in contention. So heat number 8, and it is Steve Worrell going off the inside in yellow and black after a good ride in his previous one. He has that inside gate. Danny King in red off gate 2 for the Bees. The fast gating Aaron Summers in white off gate 3 for Belle Vue. And it's Lewis Rose going in blue off the outside. Approaching the midway point of the meeting. Both sides with their highest, well, one of their big guns, I should say, struggling. Hans Anderson, 1 point from 2 rides for Coventry. Scott Nichols, 1 paid 2 from 2 rides for Belle Vue. Just again underlining the difficulty of this current format. So heat number 8 on the way then. Worrell and Summers for Belle Vue. King for the Bees, and away they go. Worrell makes the gates and he squeezes out King into the first benders. Summers gets around the outside. Rose trying to come through as well. Now can the Bees both go round Worrell there? Oh, that's so tight. 3 abreast into bend 3 in fact, and they have gone round him, I think. It's Summers out in front once again with King in second. Rose is gotta say, Lewis Rose with so much commitment here tonight for a guest appearance. Very impressive indeed, and they have both gone round Steve. Rose chasing after Aaron Summers now. So it's Summers from Rose with King in third. King going for the high line round the outside now, trying to get to Aaron Summers, who looks set to make it 3 out of 3. Bees run second and third, and so much commitment about Lewis Rose as a guest tonight, really putting on a show with Worrell up the back. And once again, Steve Worrell has been overtaken here tonight, which is a big surprise. Danny King now going after Aaron Summers. It's Summers in front of King. It's Rose in third. King's got 1 lap to do this here. It's Summers going wide off the bend. King trying to turn back, fast line by Summers off the bend. I think Summers should have it now. It's Summers from King. It's Rose in third with Worrell out the back, and more fast and furious action. Aaron Summers is still unbeaten. He wins. He does have these kind of nights around Coventry, Aaron Summers, normally when he's in yellow Kevlars, but tonight he's in the red and white and black of Belle Vue, and he's now scored 9 out of 9. But my word, they made the gate there. Worrell had managed to squeeze out Danny King on turn 1, and what a good ride by Lewis Rose, fully committed to make sure he got round the outside. And this, I have to say, is one of Lewis Rose's best nights so far in the Elite League this season, and doing it in Coventry's colours. So Summers wins heat 8 from King and Rose, and with 8 gone, it's 24 points apiece. Stuart Robson and Jason Garrity for the Bees in heat 9, and it's Josh Grzonek and Stefan Nielsen for the Aces, who are making consistently fast starts and forcing Coventry to make some fairly radical moves at times to even share races tonight. And that's been the story. If the Bees could find a few starts, that would definitely help them, because time and time again, it's not just one Belle Vue rider making a start, it's both of them. And that's giving the Bees a real concern. Belle Vue with 5 of the 8 heat wins so far, 3 of them from Aaron Summers, who rides in a very tough-looking heat 10, and will then have heat 14 as well against King and Kilmacorpy, but certainly doing the job that he was brought in to do, replacing Max Frick. And more, I would say. Grzonek in white off the inside. He's been making good gates as well. Garrity in blue off gate 2. Nielsen in yellow and black off gate 3. And Robson in red off the outside. Heat 9. Can we find any way through here? Green light and away. And Garrity and Grzonek trade up with Nielsen makes the gate along with Grzonek. Belle Vue gating like titans here. And now Robson goes boldly in between. No room there. And now Garrity will come charging through as well. And Garrity goes past 1. And Garrity goes past 2. It's Robson in front. It's Garrity moving into second over Grzonek with Nielsen on the back. That was a 5-1 to Belle Vue on lap 1, and now it's a 5-1 to the Bees. It's Robson and Garrity over Grzonek and Nielsen. Fantastic racing, but the Bees cannot make a start here. It's Robson from Garrity. It's Grzonek in third with Nielsen, who made a stunner now on the back. And if Coventry had to get a 5-1 from this race, then you'll wonder how on earth it's happened, because Belle Vue were clearly on a 5-1. Superb ride by Stuart Robson, first of all, going between the Belle Vue pairing, and then Garrity again flinging it in on bench 3 and 4, and emerging in front of Josh Grzonek. It's Robson from Garrity. It's Grzonek in third, trying to fight back. Nielsen at the back, and for the first time tonight, it looks like Coventry are going to go in front in heat 9. More dramatic first bend action as Robson comes through with the victory. Second place, the G-force of Jason Garrity with Grzonek in third, and the Bees get a remarkable 5-1 from heat 9. We're seeing some fabulous racing tonight. Belle Vue gating yet again on a 5-1, but that time it wasn't one Coventry rider going past one of them, it was both of them. Robson going between on the back straight, Garrity coming from nowhere on turns 3 and 4, and the Bees bang in a tremendous 5-1 in heat 9. Robson and Garrity over Grzonek and Nielsen, and it's Coventry 29, Belle Vue 25. Just to throw a slight spanner in the works of what has been a tremendous meeting so far, we have some bit of spots of rain coming down at the moment. Some very dark clouds have come overhead, and I really hope that what we're seeing tonight is not going to get spoilt by rain, because this has been the best meeting of the season at Coventry racing-wise. We've had some cracking stuff tonight. 9 heats gone, the Bees in front by 4 points, but a very competitive heat 10 coming up here. Jonas Kilmacorpy and Chris Harris in red and blue, and Matty Zagar and Aaron Summers go in white and yellow and black. So these have been two outstanding riders so far for Belle Vue in the first half of the meeting. Zagar dropping just 1 point to Danny King in his third outing. Summers unbeaten, 3 rides and 3 wins, and they're up against Kilmacorpy, who has struggled, and now it's absolutely pouring with rain. It's pouring with rain. I think we may not even get this race actually, because suddenly those spots of rain have turned into a deluge, and we are going to get the race, but how much more? There's the spectators scrambling for cover, and now it's pouring here as we get set for heat number 10. Green light and go, and away they go, and yet again it's Zagar making this time. Summers has missed it. It's Zagar from Harris, it's Kilmacorpy in third with Summers at the back. Now question is, will the track conditions change quickly here? Zagar in front of Harris with, in third place, Kilmacorpy, and Summers at the back, and a 3-3 would not do Coventry, would not be too bad here, because you never know what might happen. If this turns into an absolute deluge, then this could be the end of the meeting right here, right now. It's pouring down. It's Zagar from Harris, it's Kilmacorpy in third place, and it's Summers at the back, and it may be a passing shower, but I think at the very least there'll be a stoppage after this. Maybe requires some track work, because the conditions are going to change completely. Harris is slowing into the third bend. I think he's just taking it easy because it's a skid pan now. It's Matty Zagar ahead of Chris Harris, Kilmacorpy in third, and it's completely changed conditions this. Harris is 2 winning it round, Kilmacorpy in second place. They'll take the 3-3 all day of the week. Summers way behind, Zagar in front, Kilmacorpy and Harris run second and third with at the back Aaron Summers. It's a shared heat, an extraordinary race which will come home as a 3-3. Zagar over Kilmacorpy and Harris with at the back Aaron Summers for the first time tonight. The conditions suddenly changed just before that race. It's pouring with rain, and I can't believe they'll go out for the next race now straight away. It's becoming a skid pan, and you never know that 5-1 the Bees got in heat 9 may turn out to be oh so important in the final context of the meeting. I do hope this passes through quickly, but if it doesn't, then the Bees are crucially 32-28 up with 10 heats gone. It's a win in heat 10 for Zagar. It's second place for Kilmacorpy. Harris was struggling there but came through in third, and it's Bees 32, Belle Vue 28. Well, the rain that absolutely played havoc with heat 10 has passed away. We've had an interval, track grading, track preparation, because they wouldn't have carried on under the track conditions that heat 10 was run on. It was getting so icy. You could see the way Harris was struggling and Kilmacorpy not turning, and so no surprise they've had to do track work during the interval. We have dry conditions once again, but more threatening skies, and 5 races to go at 32-28 to the Bees. Belle Vue have Zagar to come in heats 13 and 15. The Bees have a heat 12 will be the one that they're looking at, I'm sure. But what can they get here from 11? Belle Vue have Grosjeanic, who's ridden well before he was 5-1 in heat 9, and Nichols, who only scored 1 paid 2 so far off the outside, with Stuart Robson off gate 3 in blue, and Hans Andersen, who has not surprisingly changed bikes here. He goes in red off the inside gate. And let's hope that the rain, which has affected things and caused the somewhat longer interval, is not going to affect the standard of racing too much here with track conditions, because racing for the first 9 heats here tonight was absolutely superb. Now then, heat number 11, Anderson in red off the inside. Gate 2 in white is Josh Grosjeanic taking the rider replacement ride. Robson in blue off gate 3, and Nichols goes in yellow and black off the outside. Bees lead by 4 points, green line on for 11, and away they go. And Anderson legs the gate, Robson legs the gate, Grosjeanic goes in between them, and Robson will try and go round Grosjeanic, and Nichols will go inside Anderson, and that's gone wrong for the Bees on the first lap. They made reasonable starts. It's Grosjeanic out in front now of Robson, with Nichols in third. Anderson trying to get back at Scott Nichols, and Anderson made the start that time, but simply got forward up on the first 2 turns. So it's Grosjeanic now out in front of Stuart Robson, and Anderson on the inside once again with no speed whatsoever. And Belle Vue here looks set to get a couple of points back in this heat number 11, or maybe more than that. If Scott Nichols can get to Stuart Robson, it's Grzonek out in front of Robson. Nichols in third now, winding up the challenge on Stuart Robson. Robson looking outside, but inside, but Nichols was going outside, and Robson just about came across to block him. It's Grzonek still from Robson. Nichols again getting at the handful around the outside. Robson rides it wide to block him. It's important second place here for Stuart, because Anderson, the beat number 1, again having a nightmare evening at the back, and Nichols giving his all trying to get to Robson. Grzonek out there in front with Robson holding second over Scott Nichols. Nichols now tries to take the inside off the final bend, tries to take him wide, but Robson comes round in second place. So Grzonek wins it. Second place Stuart Robson. Third is Scott Nichols, and Hans Anderson at the back once again with 1 point from 3 rides, yet to beat an opposing rider. And whatever Hans Anderson's using around Coventry at the moment, it simply is not working. He was making starts around Belle Vue on Monday, so there's nothing actually that wrong with the pilot, but the equipment is going horribly wrong for Hans Anderson, particularly around Coventry. He's got no speed whatsoever around here for the second week running. So a win for Grzonek in heat number 11, a second and important one for Robson, third for Scott Nichols, and it's Coventry 34, Belle Vue 32. So far from, for the first time this season, the Bees reserves find themselves, or Coventry find their reserves, I should say, needing to pull off a big result here in heat 13, heat 12, I should say, with Garrity in red, Rose in blue, Worrell in white, and Nielsen in yellow. The Bees lead by 2 points with 4 heats to go, and Belle Vue, whilst it may not have been the order they were quite expecting, I think the 4-2 to Belle Vue in heat 11 was a very useful result for them. What they have got to do, Belle Vue, is find a way of getting a start from Scott Nichols in heat 13. He's only scored 2 paid 3 so far. Talk about the struggles of Hans Anderson tonight, with more work taking place in the pitch at the moment. But Scott Nichols for Belle Vue on his old home track has only scored 2 paid 3 from 3 himself. So they rather cancel each other out there. Heat number 12, Nielsen in yellow and black off the inside, Rose in blue off gate 2, Worrell in white off gate 3, and Garrity goes in red off the outside. 4 riders come into line. Nielsen the last to show on the inside gate, and the Bees lead by 2 points going into a big heat number 12. Here we go, green light comes on from the referee, and away they go, and it's Belle Vue make the gate. Look at this, it's Nielsen and Worrell going wide, and Garrity wants to do it from the back here. It's gone round Nielsen, but Rose at the back here. Worrell in front of Garrity, with Nielsen holding a crucial third here over Lewis Rose, who goes square on turns 3 and 4, and Belle Vue here could level the scores in heat 12 unless Garrity can get to Stevie Worrell. It's Worrell from Garrity, it's Nielsen in third, Rose at the back. The guest has ridden so well tonight, it's not going to happen for him here, and Steve Worrell, who spent all night making good starts and being overtaken, now has 2 laps to try and hold back the challenge of Jason Garrity, who goes again careering into turns 1 and 2 with lots of speed. He's gaining ground on Steve Worrell, but Worrell still with the advantage here over Garrity for a result here that would level the scores at 36 apiece and make Belle Vue favourites, I would say, with the speed of Zagar with 3 heats to go. It's still Worrell from Garrity, it's Nielsen in third, Garrity giving his all here, trying to get to Worrell, who's holding him at bay. Nielsen's got the third over Rose, Garrity going for it, maximum attack on the E. Oh, Garrity goes charging inside and Worrell goes down, and Garrity will be disqualified there, I think. Garrity wins it, the red light comes on, and Garrity is disqualified by referee Chris Durno as Worrell goes down. I think I agree with the referee there. Garrity went charging in, but Worrell went down under the challenge of Garrity, and that is going to give Belle Vue a 5-1 and put them in front for the first time tonight. And there's no surprise with that from Jason Garrity, that is disqualified by referee Chris Durno. No contact there, maybe, but it was the move that caused the problem, and Worrell goes down, and Belle Vue established themselves a 5-1 in heat 12. That is so rare to see the Coventry reserves concede a 5-1 in a reserves race. It's happened, and Worrell will be declared the race winner with Nielsen second and Rose third, and Coventry now do need their big guns to stand up big time in heats 13, 14 and 15. Worrell wins heat 13 from Nielsen, third place Lewis Rose, and it's Coventry 35, Belle Vue 37. It's certainly been a dramatic meeting. To the replay of heat number 12. I'm still not surprised the referee has made that call. There's a lot of arm waving in the Coventry pits, and you can see there was no contact, and Worrell obviously dropped the bike under the challenge of Garrity on the inside. I'm still not surprised the referee made that decision. But another decision that's been made is in the Coventry pits following that, and that is that Hans Anderson will not be riding again tonight, and Jason Garrity will be riding in red straight away here in heat number 13 off gate number 3, along with Chris Harris up against Matty Zagar and Scott Nicholls. So it's a very, very unusual situation where one of the top heat leaders is replaced by a draft reserve in heat 13. Very, very unlikely, very unusual, but the situation is that Anderson has got absolutely no speed whatsoever around Coventry. Something is totally wrong with his Coventry setup at the moment, and as I said after the previous race, it can't be him, or certainly can't be entirely him, because of the fact that he rode so well at Belle Vue on Monday. So it's something to do with his setup around this circuit, around circuits of this size, and we'll see what he brings to Wolverhampton on Monday, which is a track obviously similar to Belle Vue. So you assume that what he rode at Belle Vue on Monday, this week, will work for him next week. In the meantime here, Belle Vue are very much in the box seat to win away from home at Brandon. They're 2 points in front with 3 heats to go, and they've got big lineups here. They've got Zagar and Nicholls here. Okay, Scott's had a tough night so far. They've got Summers and Grosjeanic, who've both been excellent in heat 14, and then they can pick any one of those three to ride with Zagar in heat 15. So it's here to win for Belle Vue in the last 3 races, and Coventry need to come up with something very spectacular if they are going to avoid a 3rd home defeat of the season. Great away record, but still vulnerable round Brandon. Here we go with heat 13. Harris in blue off the inside, Nicholls yellow off gate 2, Garrity red off gate 3, Zagar white off the outside. Away they go, and Harris outgates Nicholls, but Zagar gets to the bend in front, and Nicholls gets inside Garrity. Garrity gives Nicholls a shove, Nicholls goes down, and Garrity will be disqualified again there. It's or Willie, because the red lights have not come on. It's Zagar in front of Harris, Nicholls has stayed down, and now going to clear. I'll tell you what, Garrity might be unhappy about what happened in heat 12, but he's got every right to be fortunate there. In heat 13 there was clear contact between Jason Garrity and Scott Nicholls on turn 2, and it's a tough point for the referee to see that contact, of course, but Belle Vue will be bitterly upset with that. Now Harris giving it everything to try and get to Matty Zagar. Garrity in 3rd place, and Scott Nicholls stomping back across the centre green will be livid, and quite rightly so. It's Zagar in front of Harris, who's pegged the inside line. Can Harris get to Zagar here on the last lap? I don't think he can. It's Zagar, Harris, Garrity in 3rd place. Scott Nicholls, meanwhile, as a side issue, is marching back across the centre, and he will, I'm sure, have words with the referee. Zagar in front of Chris Harris, Garrity in 3rd. Well, technically done his job, but let's see what happens now between Scott Nicholls and Jason Garrity. There was definite contact between, well, Scott Nicholls actually avoids or ignores Jason Garrity completely, but he's going to be going straight to the phone after that. It was a good start by Zagar to get the advantage. Harris coming from the inside, Garrity charging through, but there was no doubt whatsoever that there was clear contact between Jason Garrity and Scott Nicholls on turn 2, and there's no surprise whatsoever that the Belle Vue skipper is livid with that, because Garrity there definitely making contact, barging Nicholls aside, Nicholls going down, and the race being allowed to continue, and Coventry escape, and they do escape from heat 13 with a 3-3, but Belle Vue are still 2 points in front, 40-38.
Second in blue was Chris Harris, and thirdly in red, Jason Garrity.
Debate has continued in the pits between Scott Nicholls and Jason Garrity, and I think it's just about all calmed down now. The only argument you could make for allowing that race to continue would be to make an argument that Scott Nicholls was turning back from turn 2 into the path of Jason Garrity, but that wasn't how I called it, to be honest, at the time. So, as I say, Mick Horton is actually now trying to calm down Jason Garrity in the pits, because I think Garrity wants to continue the debate. But the real issue now is what happens on track, with Belle Vue 2 points in front, and they've got an inspired Zagar sat on heat 15. So what can they take into that race? King off the inside in blue for the Bees, Grosjeanic in yellow and black off gate 2, it's Kilmacorpy in red off gate 3, and Summers in white off the outside. And who do Belle Vue pair with Zagar in heat 15, should that be crucial, which it may well be? Will it be Grosjeanic or Summers, or will a fired up Nicholls go out in heat 15? Of course, Scott has not made a start tonight, and that's pretty important. So heat 14, King in blue off the inside, Grzonek in yellow off gate 2, Kilmacorpy gate 3, Summers off the outside, green light and away, and Kilmacorpy and King both make the start, then squeeze out Grzonek, Summers goes wide on 2, now can Grzonek go in between, it's Kilmacorpy in front of Grzonek going second over King. It's a great ride by Grzonek to go from third, nearly to first. Oh, Kilmacorpy blocked him out, and King back on the inside. Now it's Coventry 1 and 2. It's Kilmacorpy and King, and now Grzonek turns back once more on Danny King, who tries to go back around the outside. He's squeezed out. We could be level into the final race. King blasting the balls once again around 3 and 4. Grzonek across the corner. King back on the inside. Very defensive ride by Grzonek there. It's still Kilmacorpy from Grzonek. It's King in third place. Summers out the back, and it could well be. We're going into a last heat decider, all level here. Kilmacorpy out in front. Will they put him out with Harrison 50? I think they will. Danny King going back on Grzonek, and it may well be Grzonek to go with Zagar, I would have thought, in 15 too, because Summers has got slower as the night's gone on. I think the track conditions have changed that, so it will be a last heat decider with scores all square, just as it was on Monday. Kilmacorpy over Grzonek, King in third place with Summers at the back. More brutal stuff in heat 14, and the Bees edge of 4-2 with Grzonek in between, and I would have thought those two riders up top in that race now have probably ridden themselves into heat 15 alongside Harris and Zagar. That's the way I would think they'll go. It was a stunner at Belle Vue on Monday, and it's been a stunner again here at Brandon tonight as Kilmacorpy wins heat 14 from Grzonek with King in third place, and it's Coventry 42, Belle Vue 42. So, 42 points apiece. Here we go with heat 15. It is the 4 riders I was speculating on after heat 14. Harris, obviously, for the Bees, along with Kilmacorpy, and Zagar, obviously, for the Aces, along with Grzonek. I think that's the only thing Mark Lemon could do. Summers was superb early on, but has lost pace as the meeting's gone on, and with 2 last places. And although sometimes you would go with your skipper, Scott Nichols, he's just had such a miserable night, but that would have been a gamble. Zagar's only dropped 1 point so far. Of course, that came to Danny King. So neither Kilmacorpy nor Harris have beaten Zagar so far tonight. And really, the ace in the pack in more ways than one is Josh Grzonek, who only arrived at the stadium some 5 minutes before start time and has come up with 11 points from 5 rides, and is now, could be, the trump card in heat 15. Or are we going to see a draw again between these two sides, just as it was on Monday? 2 fantastic meetings this week between these 2 sides. Belle Vue, who were a bit of a shambles early in the season, some very strange results going against them, some strange non-performances in their team, very much showing their ability now, and as long as they can keep a clean sheet at home, which may not be easy because the track there is so good at the moment, Belle Vue are currently in great shape to make the playoffs, along with Poole, Coventry and Kings Lynn. If the Bees lose here tonight, then it's a huge bonus to Poole in terms of finishing top of the table, and it just means the Bees have to be a bit careful. They've got points on the board. They could do with some more away points if they lose a 3rd home match. They have got a stack of away points already. They of course go to Wolves on Monday. But which way will it go? 42 points apiece. Harris goes off the inside in red, Zagar in white off gate 2, Kilmacorpy in blue off gate 3, and Grzonek goes in yellow and black off the outside. Here we go, last heat decider, 42 apiece. Zagar jumps the start. I don't think he touched the tapes. The red lights come straight on. Zagar definitely jumped the start, but he didn't touch the tapes. He didn't blast straight through them. He's put his arm out. He wants some mechanical attention. The 2-minute warning is straight back on. Zagar wants attention to the bike, and it will be all 4 back for the rerun. Zagar, by the way, meanwhile, is being told he can't leave the track. They can open the gate, but you can't leave the track. The gate will open. That is quite right. The gate has to open. The 2-minute warning is on, or it should be. I heard the bell go. But he cannot leave the track here. The mechanic has to come onto the circuit. The Coventry fans aren't happy. The 2-minute warning is not actually flashing, but I'm sure I heard the buzzer go off. But Zagar is having attention done to the bike ahead of this restart. So we do it again with a rerun of Heat 15. Matti Zagar moving at the start of the initial staging, so they come into line in the same gate positions once again, with Harris off the inside in red, Zagar in white off gate 2, Kilmacorpy in blue off gate 3, and Grzonek in yellow and black off the outside. Just a little bit more drama after a night full of thrills and spills and fantastic racing as well. And these two sides proving to be very evenly matched indeed this week. Coventry will have felt that there was a win for them at Belle Vue on Monday, and it not being for Garrity's early mechanical trouble. And they'll both look at a couple of very unusual low scores from top riders here this evening. But at the end of it all, this has been stunning entertainment and really an indication that the product can be right. But of course, it's only really right if your team goes and wins it at the end in the last heat decider. And as far as Coventry are concerned, that means finding a way past Matti Zagar, who's only dropped that 1 point so far. Heat number 15, Harris off the inside in red, Zagar gate 2 in white, Kilmacorpy off gate 3, Grzonek off the outside, this time they're away, and Zagar has missed the start. It's Harris and Kilmacorpy with the advantage. Now can Zagar pass them both? It's Kilmacorpy with the lead, Harris in second place, Grzonek now goes third, Zagar out the back, now Kilmacorpy in, Harris holds the second, drops anchor, Kilmacorpy in front of Harris, it's Zagar now in third place, but Zagar, who has pulled off some remarkable rides around Brandon down the years, will have to produce a really remarkable one here in 8.15 to pass both the Coventry riders. He's going wide off bench 3 and 4. He's trying to get to Chris Harris, but Kilmacorpy has the advantage with 2 laps to go. Kilmacorpy and Harris, Zagar in third place. Grzonek has gone, Grzonek at the back, and the Bees have gone here. Zagar has gone, they're just going to get round safely. It's Kilmacorpy and Harris with the advantage. Zagar in third, Grzonek at the back, 1 lap to go, and the Bees who have made shocking starts all night chose Heat 15 to make perfect starts. It's Eunice Kilmacorpy and Chris Harris with the lead. It's Matti Zagar in third place, and after the match of the season at Brandon, it's Coventry who finish on top. Eunice Kilmacorpy and Chris Bomber Harris over Matti Zagar and Josh Grzonek. What a night, what a meeting at Brandon. Sensational stuff. The Flying Finn, Eunice Kilmacorpy and Chris Bomber Harris get the Bees a stunning result in Heat 15. Zagar, who's made fast starts all night, did not make that one. Harris and Kilmacorpy certainly did, and that was absolutely fantastic stuff at Brandon tonight. The Elite League is alive and kicking, and the BUILDBASE Bees are as well. Kilmacorpy and Harris with a fantastic final 5-1 for a final score of Coventry 47, Belle Vue 43. And this man, Chris Harris, is an absolute legend of Coventry Speedway. The crowd rising for him as one, and quite rightly so. What a meeting at Brandon. Fantastic racing. Credit to Belle Vue for their efforts. But the BUILDBASE Bees come through in dramatic late circumstances. Eunice Kilmacorpy and Chris Harris over Matti Zagar and Josh Grzonek, and the Bees win it 47-43.
Chris Harris, goodness me, that was a cracking meeting, and what a way to finish.
Yeah, it was a close one. We sort of spoke before, and we knew it would be a close one because they've got some good riders in there, and we knew where it was as well. The track was slicker than what we first thought, so caught us out a little bit, but we managed to squeeze there at the end to get the win.
Fabulous team spirit, obviously, to pull you through like they did.
Yeah, team spirit's great. It's been great all year, so it's just carried on tonight. And big thanks for Lewis coming in and doing what he did. He's I think last year when he came, he didn't score a point, and this year he was going good. And he said himself, he really enjoyed it. So which is nice when a guest comes in and feels at home. And yeah, we just managed to scrape it at the end.
Eunice Kilmacorpy struggling with the first 2 rides and then pulling it through like he did.
Yeah. Sort of the whole team's sort of up and down. Some of us had some good ones, and then we have bad ones. The whole team's sort of up and down, everyone in the whole team. But Hans struggled again a bit tonight with machinery, and we had a chain break, I think, in one of the rides. So he's struggling, and the confidence is low. So we need to get behind him and lift his confidence. We don't want the fans are great, and they just need to get behind him and keep lifting his confidence. And we're backing him all the way. So yeah, that's the sort of team we are. We back each other.
I mean, you could do with a bit of that confidence that Jason Garrity's got, couldn't you? Really, pass it along.
Yeah, he's
It's infectious.
Yeah, he is. No, he's felt sorry for him tonight with some of the decisions that went against him, but he'll learn. He's a young boy. He's got a long old career ahead of him yet. So, but no, I say the team spirit's great. You know, everyone's getting on and we're enjoying it.
We've got a massive meeting tomorrow, Chris, in Terrazzano. You're going there to win, obviously.
Yeah, obviously going to win, but the first thing is to get into that top 7. But I would like to go there and win it. It's a track I enjoy.
It is a track you enjoy.
Yeah, I come second in 2010 there in the Grand Prix de Goddard, so I've had some good results there, I've had some bad ones, but I'll remember the good ones.
I mean, you travelling tomorrow morning?
Unfortunately, yeah, I've got to fly early in the morning, 6:45.
7:45? Is
Yes.
that early?
It's late, I'm normally up at 7, 6, 5, whatever time the little one wakes us up.
But you're looking forward to it? And
Yeah, after tonight I'm going there with confidence and yeah, really looking forward to it.
are you trying the new Get Howard engine?
No, he ain't got them ready yet, so I've got a brand new one that Brian's given me one to test and that, so one of his own, so I'm looking forward to getting on that tomorrow, so not ridden it yet, so it'll be good.
And of course, the type you've got with Brian Anderson is working really well.
Yeah, he's loaned us an engine for this weekend to try. We're lacking a bit of speed on the big fast slick tracks like that. So if we can master that and get them going, and I think we'll start climbing the table in the Grand Prix.
And your confidence is sky high at the moment.
Yeah, confidence is good. The gating's going good. Did you see my last race?
No, I missed it.
You blinked.
Thanks ever so much for talking.
No problem, mate.
Bye.
Cheers.
Final scores then: Coventry 47, Belle Vue 43. For the Bees, Hans Anderson scored 1, Stuart Robson 7, Eunice Kilmacorpy 9+1, Danny King 8, Chris Harris 10+2, Jason Garrity 7+3, and Lewis Rose, what a good guess, 5+3. For the Aces, Matty Zagar 14+1, Aaron Summers 9. Josh Kujonek scored 11, Scott Nichols 2+1, Steve Worrell 5+1, and Stefan Nielsen 2+1. Belle Vue take a point for their efforts, which is thoroughly deserved, but the BUILDBASE Bees have come through in a tremendous meeting here at Brandon tonight. Great stuff from Coventry. Final score: Coventry 47, Belle Vue 43. That's all for us tonight on Pinker Sports. Hope you enjoyed it. A very good night.